Hello there, vinyl community and YouTube. You know that you have bought a lot of records during a season when you all of a sudden find a whole bag full of records that you have bought and that you remember, I haven't actually shown these. You've totally forgotten that they actually exist. Then you know that you have bought maybe a little too much records. I don't know. That's up to anybody else to decide. But I found a bag that it struck me that, hey, I haven't listened to this. I've totally forgot these. I haven't shown them for the vinyl community. I haven't barely listened to them. And I also remember the buying moment. It was in the beginning of September. It's pretty interesting. The 2nd September, I made the vinyl CD update for August, and the very same Saturday I had been to Timrå, our neighbor community, and do some record shopping at Erikshjälpen and a big store that they have, a big second-hand store they have there. And still, I forgot to bring these records on to the camera when I'm filming that very same evening at the balcony. That's what can happen. But better late than never. So let me show you these records that I bought the 2nd of September this year at our neighbor community Timrå, because it was actually a great bunch of it. First CD, Maggie Riley and Midnight Sun from 1993. I really like Maggie Riley because she has such a exciting voice, very, very exciting voice, and very dreamy voice and dreamy production that I like very much. And I also found this that really made me happy. The Best of Smithereens, Blown to Smithereens, The Best of Smithereens. A greatest hits compilation from '95 by Smithereens. Really, really great. Really happy to find this compilation. Singles, 7-inch, starting with some 70s. Banged up sleeve, but Van McCoy, Change with the Times, and Good Night Baby. List on Avco in 1975. Two singles with Dr. Hook. We have If I'd Only Come and Gone and Last Morning, from the Sloppy Seconds album 1972. And we have Cops and Robbers and Acapulco Goldie. Also another banged up sleeve, but fun to have, from 1973. A couple of 80s links with Intuition, famous for only one thing. It was the band that soul singer David Grant came from, if anybody remembers him. Alan Parsons' Project, Standing on Higher Ground from '87, and the Gaudi album. It is Paseo de Garcia, the instrumental song at the B-side. I'm not sure if I have this one or not, but it could be making a mistake and got myself a duplicate, but hey, let's see. Brothers in Arms, Dire Straits, and Going Home from Local Hero in the libraries on the B-side. Genesis, I Can't Dance, and On the Shoreline at the B-side. This one was very interesting. This is In Excess and Shining Star from one of my favorite In Excess albums, X. And this is a 4-track single with an EP set that has also 3 live tracks. Send a Message, Faith in Each Other, and Bitter Tears also in the live versions. So very, very fun to have. Bon Jovi, Keep the Faith. Into the 90s now. Enya, Caribbean Blue. And Peter Gabriel, Give Me Steam. From the Us album. Games Without Frontiers at the B-side. And mixed by Massive. And jazz. A Jerry Mulligan EP, the new Jerry Mulligan Quartet featuring Art Farmer. Catch Can, My Funny Valentine, and Festive Minor. And Swedish 7-inch Swedish synth pop band Lustans Lakejer with the song Eld, Fire. And at the B-side, Could You Be the One? The actually sings in English, it's not often, but they had a little short career where they tried their luck in an album in English, calling themselves Vanity Fair. It didn't became all that huge success, so they soon went back to Swedish. Full-length vinyls. Starting off with some jazz. Woody Herman and his orchestra, the Uncollected. I really like these Decca's Uncollected series because they all, as the name says, it really is uncollected, previously unreleased material. Really, really exciting. The original for radio-only recordings. These are also live recordings. So really, really interesting. Recordings from 37. Split cover, but the glue will save that. This is Wes Montgomery Jazz Spectrum Volume 8, released on Metro. It's a series with different. I have one with Jimmy Smith since before. Now I have one with Wes Montgomery, who has worked with Jimmy Smith, as you well know. Sounds very, very interesting. Here, the Pips without Gladys Knight. This is from 1977. So these are at last the Pips in an album all by themselves. We also have some more soul. This is Reflections. It is a compilation from 1984 with Rick James. And here is the all hits, Super Freak, Mary Jane, and so on. Don't have all that much with Rick James, but it's going to be very interesting. The Temptations from 1980 and Power, a Motown release, of course. Very, very nice. I to have a pretty good, solid collection of Temptations albums, even though none of them are from the 60s. Here we have Elton John, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Classic one, contains some of the most classic Elton John songs like Daniel and Crocodile Rock. And finally, this is actually a Swedish band. This is Intermezzo, which is the band where this guy came from. This is actually a Swedish pop singer, Orup, Thomas Eriksson, that became a huge success on his own during from mid 80s and until today. But here it is some kind of a little rocker pop music. The album is from 1980. Very interesting. So now I think I'm back on track again. That was some records that I have found in September that I've forgotten to show actually. So it's going to be very interesting. I have actually bought myself a new vinyl shelf that I hope will arrive soon. It's going to be very interesting also to have that. So until next time, I hope that each and every one of you have a real nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. See ya.